Now, between you and I personally, this whole module is a bit bittersweet for me because the entire process of doing automated deployment of desktops or servers is arguably one of the best ways in which you can reduce the amount of just sheer boredom in your job. Manually installing either servers or desktops can just consume, well, really years of your life without having good automations in place. And so learning how to do things like Windows Deployment Services and all the other extended tools like the Microsoft Deployment Toolkit, like WSIM, like the ADK, is one of the best ways to add automation to your everyday tasks. The bittersweet part happens because, well, it's very difficult to constrain the very large amount of information and knowledge that's required to be successful with these down into a little tiny module here for the 411. So I'll freely admit that what you're seeing here is but the tip of the iceberg as it relates to all the content you might want to know for really truly automating the deployment of the Windows operating system. Again, in the Pluralsight catalog are a bunch of other courses that can help you through some of these advanced tasks with OS deployment. I encourage you to take a look at those to get all the gory details for how to completely automate this process. But for our purposes here, what have we talked about in this module? We have talked about the installation of the Windows Deployment Services role. Not only just the install onto a machine, but that post-installation configuration as well. We went through configuring and managing our boot, install, and to a lesser extent the Discover images there in WDS. We took a look at the driver groups and packages, as well as how to update images in an offline way, with patches, with hotfixes, with drivers, and even with the features that are already baked into the Windows OS. Coming up next, we will change gears and move away from OS deployment and towards patch deployment or update deployment. The tool we use to do this in Microsoft Windows is WSUS, or the Windows Server Update Services. WSUS has been around for a very long period of time, and not much has changed throughout its life cycle. And so WSUS is one of those very stable solutions that a lot of people don't get an opportunity to initially deploy, even as many people have to deal with it on an everyday or every month basis. We will in that next module install and configure WSUS so you can see how it works, configure some of the group policies and client-side targeting, talk about synchronization and WSUS groups, and show you the best ways in which you can do patch management in a mixed environment. All that and more is the topic for our next module coming up.